Alright guys, we are back at it. We are now in Infernal Shrines, kicking off game number 2. We have the Urel and Alex Straza band coming on out by Heroes of the US, and the Deckard Cain with Diablo band out. Respect band on definitely the Deckard Cain, and without Alex Straza in tow, as they know who their priority pick would be, they can pick up a Stukov or they can pick up Malfurion. And if Stukov might be the little bit better choice against the Phoenix, because you can both knock him around to interrupt, you can also silence him, and well, you can slow him down too. So Phoenix will be the first pick choice on the side of Stitches Be Crazy. And it looks like we're going to get Watson's Johanna once again and Malfurion for the 2 picks of Heroes of the US. Makes a lot of sense. If they've done some scouting, perhaps Stitches Be Crazy has yet to show that they play any Stukov, which might be underestimating their team, but maybe they know something we don't. So at this point, we got Raynor, which is hella good value with the combination of Phoenix and Blaze, and we should see a lot of damage being outputted thanks to the combination of slows and level 1 talent of Raynor. He's going to fill him full of daylight and give him some pepper, because remember, to properly cook you need to salt and pepper. If you don't salt and pepper, you're only doing half of it. So a Stitches potential choice. Now, Stitches isn't that great on Infernal Shrines in my opinion, largely because of the fact that there are so many skeletons in the way. However, he can zone out a team with the Putrid Bile, and with it, he can also combo really well with Jimmy. And it's a safe-ish ban, but not necessarily the most potent ban of... We don't even play Stitches. Now, I don't know how true that is. Not now, you don't. So Genji going to be banned out here as well. He could slice and dice his way through, so it's a pretty solid ban overall, as he can get in the back line and tear up the Phoenix or Raynor. We're going to see Leo once again alongside of Gul'dan. So are we going to see Tracer once again? And that'd be almost the same draft minus the Deckard Cain, which would be hella spicy, because they just basically gonna run it down again, believing that their comp and their execution is much better. So there's the Muradin that I'd expect over Stitches anyways. And we're going to get the Stukov, who I think is better than Alex Straza, although Alex Straza this is one of her better maps to begin with. So finally, are we going to get that Tracer? They obviously need someone else to do damage as well, and they showed that they will play a Tracer, so why not just go and switch it up with literally 1 pick? But they're going to go and pick up Tychus here. Now, Tychus is definitely a solid choice overall because of the fact that he can nuke through Muradin's health pool, particularly when he hits the Avatar, by dropping it 30 to 35% if he takes the bigger they are, which I think is the superior choice. But everyone has their preference, and that's my preference there. So this draft actually seems harder to execute for Stitches Be Crazy. They have Blaze for their solo lane once again, but they don't have Jaina to help clear. They only have Raynor and Phoenix. Now, Phoenix is good, but Raynor is not great for wave clear. And with how much further away the lanes are, being able to clear those lanes fast is going to be almost arguably more important, because you can always rectify the situation by running down, having one person sitting in a lane as well. But Raynor on his own isn't the top tier in wave clear. Neither is Muradin. Stukov definitely can, depending on what builds he goes. He can just sit there with his lurking arm, continuously dishing out some damage. Now, they don't have too much burst. They do have Raynor, consistent damage, Phoenix, generally consistent damage, and feels bad. All that time, cam wasn't working appropriately. Now, I am going to once again give it over to Heroes of the United States. I think the execution that needs to happen for Stitches Be Crazy is lower actually in team fights. So JGEM might be able to pull out much higher DPS numbers, which is going to be, very critical. All right, let's jump into the game now. We got Blaze playing Tychus, Watson once again on that Johanna. We got Jub on the Malfurion, Andrew on the Gul'dan once again, and Waterboy TKD on that Leo. That is going to be Heroes of the United States. On the other side, we got GZB 57 on the Blaze once again. Belalos on the Muradin. Maxilla on the Phoenix once again. Tekio on the Stukov, and finally a JGEM on the Raynor. And that is going to be Stitches Be Crazy. So, taking a look at level 1 chosen, we got Dash going to be chosen here. Rejuve, Team Vitality, the Corruption once again, a Laws of Hope. A ton of damage being dished out onto Belalos and GZB, and they are going to have to back off. I'm not sure why they continue to aggress, because that was very, very dangerous, and for them to continue to do so. We will have the third win, the ace in the hole, popping pustules, Arsenal Synergy, and Neural Stim Pack. In the meantime, going to be a 3v4, and like I said, they have worse wave clear because they have a Jimmy here. The combination of Gul'dan and Johanna is insanely good. You can see this wave has yet to even be pushed in. They're going to clear this up pretty quickly with the combination of Johanna. Actually, Johanna is going to play a Vision right now. So one thing I'd like to see from Watson is actually to be a little more aggressive, to check and see where their position is, because they will pick up this camp, but at the same time they will pick up their own camp, as they know that, well, no one's shown on the map, and at this point they have to be at their camp. And if they're not at their camp, they've magically been transported out of the game. So last game, for those who just joined us, last game's map was Tomb of the Spider Queen, and choice was for, let's see, that was the choice of Stitches Be Crazy. So, lane still being pushed in very easily by Heroes of the United States, but they are keeping that Phoenix there to try and alleviate the situation. However, you can see they have taken the smallest of damage on structures. Nothing to be seriously concerned about, but it's definitely the little things that add up. So we got 10 stacks already on the Dash. We got 5 stacks on In the Rhythm, 1 on Vengeful Roots, 6 on the Corruption. On the other side, 4 stacks for the Stormbolt, and they are also going to pick up this bot camp. I really like this play. They know they have enough time. They can rotate on up. In fact, I'd say be a little greedy. Pick up this camp, push it in to get max value, or clear the mid wave. Either one, honestly. You can see where they are. Stitches Be Crazy, which is they've yet to start it. They do clear the mid. Bottom will be cleared up on its own thanks to the Siege Goats. And they do not have the better positioning but this is very early, and I think they have pressure in the bot lane, which makes up for that. Condemn coming on out. Bellalos taking a lot of damage really before his team has committed. The silence coming on out, but the root. Bellalos will be able to leap on out. Waterboy trying to finish off the dwarf, but it will not happen at this point. He also has third wind, which means he'll be getting back into the fight faster than you can blink your eyes. So at this point, Bellalos is pretty much a full HP once again. They can re-engage here, but they have lost their positioning. Waterboy, however, is taking a ton of damage. Trait value time for Leo. Bellalos will jump on back to start getting the third win to proc. Watson coming on in hot, trying to knock them all together and slow them down so the stacks of corruption can pile up on him. The Iron Skin has been popped, not really needed to get on out, but this is in favor of Heroes of the United States at this point. So Waterboy is back up. Sevens are around the corner. They've regained control, but they are down a few skeletons at this point. Waterboy slowing things down, getting the drain onto the Muradin. Will be going on down. Does get silenced out before he can actually back on out. And Heroes of the United States, they're very unsure on how to approach this situation. They're neither committing to the fight with Leo or finishing the clear, and it results in the death and Punisher pickup. So you can't waver as a team on what to do. You need to be unified on how to approach the situation. You can see Waterboy is trying to delay him, but the rest of the team is not there ready to go. In fact, if anyone, they should have then had Johanna sitting in the bush over there or over here, and that would have provided a much stronger body, a much tankier body than Leo's, to try and keep him from running in, and then you can actually force the fight, which if you're going to play that way, you need to be ready to fight if they come onto it. You can't just basically have one member of your team die and then call it a day. So taking a look at quest progress, we have 37 stacks. Dash is almost completed. We also have Echoed Corruption here, 4 stacks on the Vengeful Roots, 12 on the Stormbolt, and they will start getting camps once again on the side of Stitches Be Crazy, which is going to put additional pressure into that mid lane. Not too much. Remember, Siege Ghosts are some of the worst in the game because bottom is the most dangerous to pick up. This was actually, in my opinion, the best trade to go. Condemn coming out a little late. Maxzilla going to be able to get out with that teleport just in time. And mid is now getting sieged, albeit very slowly. So they need to rotate up, which Andrew is doing to deal with the situation. In the meantime, we actually have Watson very aggressive, still pushing on in here. Now, I'm not sure I really like that much aggression. It's okay, but it's much more risky in part that they're sitting under there like you're seeing right now. The silence coming on out. Iron Skin has been popped in time though, and Watson will walk away relatively fine. Tens are around the corner, and things might start looking up for him. We got Rainer's Raiders coming out. We got the massive shove. We got Haymaker, the playmaker, baby. We got the purification salvo and the bunker as usual. Other side still has yet to reach 10. These shamans were picked up very early, so they'll be cleared out relatively easily. And on the other side, they'll pick up their shamans, which are going to get significantly more value as long as they time it correctly. And remember, timing is critical in Heroes of the Storm because that's pretty much your most important resource, if you will. And so this is picked up a little early, I'd say. I'd actually like to see it picked up a few seconds later, at least, because now Blaze can sit up here and potentially clear it before the shrine starts. In the bot line here, however, they're going to try and siege this up. They do push it in, but they're not going to get that much out of it. However, Heroes of the US have yet to actually pick up their own siege goats, and Tops has been pushed in, about to be cleared up, so very little value overall. Now with the Shrine active, Waterboy going to be collapsed on, but he's not going to probably be long for this world. Waterboy trying to juke, and Waterboy has found out that Gatorade is the choice of Stitches Be Crazy. Now the good news is that this is Leo. He's going to be able to start draining, as you can see, and gets it on a juicy target. Going to be able to come in from behind, and with Gul'dan here, they already start poking out. Bellalos going in very aggressively, gets the Haymaker on the worst possible target. The Blessed Shield has come out. The Condemned has followed with an Entomb and Horrify. Purification Salvo coming on out, but there is no solos, and Bellalos will just manage to make it out. Tekio is looking like he might die. The Root, and it's going to be good enough. Tychus secures the kill. Waterboy goes a little too deep. The Odin has been used, and the Commander is ready to go. So Punisher is now more than likely going to be going into the hands. Bellalos going in once again, but against the Tychus without his support, this is foolhardy at best, and they will clear this up relatively scot-free. We now have Waterboy going on up and calling it a day. This is what you should be doing as a team. I want to point out how good this is. In fact, I'd actually say Waterboy should have come up here probably 10 seconds earlier. You already have the 4-man advantage. I'm sorry, the 1-man advantage. You can sit there as a 4v4 and have Leo push a lane and continue to collect XP. And then if they come in, you can rotate them back down and pick up the remaining skeletons. A beautiful shove. Watson sent across the map, but Bellalos has taken a ton of damage, and they won't be able to get much more out of this. Blaze trying to pick up Maxilla, but a grenade to the face is going to just be all he has to be concerned with at this point. Corruption not going to be enough to secure the keep, or is... Oh, yes! Corruption enough to secure the keep. They're looking for the fight. Bellalos going on in, not going to hit the Stormbolt, and he is going to have to walk away. They're actually still looking for this. The Watson, however, is not the target of choice, really. The Waterboy coming on in. He does have the Entomb ready to go. Looking for it. The 2-man Entomb coming on out. We got the Drain on the front, the Purification Salvo, and the Horrify. The Horrify is actually sending him in the wrong direction. And once again, Leo will be going down. Andrew draining the life, and they will pick up Murden. Odin has been burned, and Maxilla is all alone. He should be able to port out of here if needed, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Now, Merc camps are available across the board. Really, you just want to prep your Merc camp and your Bruiser camp for the next objective, because the next one is going to be bottom, which means if you take the top one, oh, the engage onto GZB is beautiful, stopping his jet propulsion, but Watson not getting enough of his body in front of GZB, and he's actually going to walk away. The bunker's been burnt, but it's such a short cooldown. Field's gank is failed, but they pick up a structure as a little consolation prize. Bellalos, Maxilla, J-Gem are all ready to go and duke it out, but the crew of Heroes of the United States are going on back and being a little bit isolationist, as they do not want to negotiate. You're slapping some tariffs onto Stitches Be Crazy, hoping it's a good idea, and they will pick up their Bruisers a little bit on the early side here. So we should have the Shrine happening soonish, but at this point, they can pick up their Bruiser camp much more effectively on the side of Stitches Be Crazy. They let this push in, and this is how you should be doing it. You can sit around, but you also need to be soaking. There's a bot lane that's about to lose a tower, and the bottom lane is where the Punisher is pushing. Like, that's not Value Town, guys. You don't need 4 people sitting here. You want 2 people around here, 2 people around here, and 1 person bottom. As long as you keep vision and have the bodies around here, you can retreat back, have the 5th member rotate up, and you'll be safe. And you can cap it anyways. You won't need that 5th member to rotate ever. So bunkers have been burnt once again. This is not an optimal situation for Stitches Be Crazy. Now, is a very critical one since it's needed to survive the bunker. It's needed to survive Horrify and the corruption. But without it down, or with it down for the next 30 seconds, they're going to have to play much more slowly. However, this is a huge wave from from Stitches Be Crazy. Exactly what I was talking about prior. Timing is critical, and that timing is absolutely perfect. So they need to get on here, and they need to get on here now because it is a 20 versus 0. Bellolos deep into the back line, walking forward, taking so much free damage. Murden going a little bit like he was sightseeing here. The Entomb coming on out, going to keep him from running, but it's not actually going to body block him. We got the Odin coming on out. Tekio taking a lot of damage. Waterboy trying to slow him down. The Purification coming out. Jub is very low. He will be going down, and we trade 1 for 1. Waterboy is still only 50% the way to respawning, but the damage from Blaze is going to be enough to deter him, and we're going to have to call that a day. So Waterboy will be back. Watson is very far forward. This is very dangerous of Watson. They do have the advantage. They should just go and tap Watson. What are you thinking, Watson? Sometimes you need a Sherlock, and Watson didn't have him there. So this is the opportunity for Stitches Be Crazy. You can see, look at this value. This is Value Town. Now, when I try to say timing is critical, please understand timing is critical because this went from here and took a front wall and all that juiciness, took a front wall and got to keep down to half life. Timing is critical, guys. So we got Phoenix pushed back, clearing this up. But they do have the remaining 4 members, and Watson is still down for a smidgen. With this, we do have the dash ready and completed. Corruption is still not done. 11 stacks on the Vengeful Roots, in the Rhythm with 97, 24 on the Stormbolt, and the Odin is ready to go to help burn and dissuade Stitches Be Crazy from going forward anymore. So we got Punisher at half life and falling rapidly, and they are not going to be able to pick up a keep here with the Odin available. Waterboy coming in for the big boy flank. We got the spooky ghost reducing their damage, and they are still looking for it. But Leo's going to be coming on down, and they're going to have to back off as this is a 5v4. This was overly aggressive from Bellolos jumping on in deep, not actually going to land a Stormbolt on anyone, and Bellolos coming in once again for a little tour of what Heroes of the United States are all about, and they're all about a few things in life, one of which is opposing the enemy team. Watson is still coming in, still being aggressive. Waterboy is back up. We don't have a team. We do have the Horrify available, but the very nice oil slicks from GZB, and the Entomb getting literally no value there as it's popped open and dropped almost immediately. And Waterboy is ready to chase, but he is now all alone on an island. Top lane pushed in, and well, it's not going to quite get the same value, but it gets a little bit value there. So Stitches Be Crazy are very likely to win this game if they hit the 20s before the next shrine, which is very likely. Can Heroes of the United States clutch out the 20 before the next shrine is really the question. Oh no, JGem and Tekio very far forward. The Blessed Chill coming on out. Horrify is available. We should see it, and he has been locked into place. Tekio. Oh no. This is a terrible situation for him. We have no support. Corruption has finally been completed, and without a support there, they can go and siege the bot lane. Top is the next objective, so in reality, they'd be better to go and clear this and rotate top ASAP. They can have a Waterboy clear this up and then get themselves the 20 that they so desperately want before the next objective. They're actually using the Odin here, which if they can defend against this and keep up, This is going to be great because Odin will not be available for the next objective, I believe. So 20s are very close for both teams. They're almost equal here in terms of XP output. GZB taking a lot of damage, will be able to get away though. Actually, propulsion goes the wrong way. 20s have been hit up, and they are now going to have the decision of, do we continue pushing in? Bellalos making a mini hop there. Not too big, not a giant leap for dwarf kind, but a leap nonetheless. This is advantageous, like I said, for Stitches Be Crazy. There's no team for the next 20 seconds. Odin is completely down. The wave is pushed all the way up, and they can get their bruiser camp before this objective. This is looking very good for Stitches Be Crazy right now. Taking a look here, we have 124 stacks on in the Rhythm, 14 on the Vengeful Ruse. We finally got that Storm Bolt completed, which did take a while, just like the Corruption, but nonetheless, it has been completed. So Stitches Be Crazy now has themselves a much better position. They have Vision, thanks to the wave. They have the Shaman that has to be dealt with. And you can see they're almost at 20 at this point. And Bellalos playing a ward will start things off, keeping ready. There's the Entomb, the silence onto Tekio, and they are in the backline. The bunker's not close enough for Tekio to get into, and he does manage to survive temporarily. Why is he not jumping into the bunker? And the backside, however, they get the Stukov. The purification salvo. Watson getting the kill on Raynor. Raynor getting the kill on Gul'dan. But Odin is now available, and they're popping on off. It is 2 for 1 in the kills, and Heroes of the United States are back in this bad boy. That was a critical mistake from Tekio. He literally did not go into the bunker, which bunker will give 50 armor. He can drop oil spills, and bunker on its own gives 25 armor for 2 seconds. He would have had 50 armor. They're actually looking. What is this crazy play? Are they looking to backdoor this? This is absolutely crazy, and they're trying to backdoor the wrong keep. The bot lane is the one with more life. The top lane is the one with less life. This makes this infinitely harder and, well, infinitely more dangerous. And the bunker is available, and they don't use it. They will get this nearly down. One more hit, and he will get out in time. The Blessed Chill coming on out, but Waterboy does have Entomb. GZB is going to be going down here. And say goodbye to Phoenix. The insane play from Stitches Be Crazy, well, living up to their namesake there. At this point, well, Keep has been saved in the top lane. Bot lane Keep, you just need a piss in the wind to take it down. And so the problem is that's 40 seconds, and they'll go and see the bot Keep instead as a 5-man. They have Odin available. They have a wave pushing on in, and Johanna, who just popped her Iron Skin to tank this without taking much damage. Another 30 seconds, and they are going to go and push in. Are they going to try and end this with Odin? This is a very ballsy call, even though there are 3 members. They don't have a wave here. Tekio missing the stiff arm. The core is falling. Shields going down. We have the Tranquility, and the silence from Waterboy is going to be beautiful, catching Raynor in the back, and he is down for the count. 70% and falling, and I don't believe they can actually save this. Heroes of the United States are going to be taking game number 2, taking a game, reversing it back, and we have a roller coaster, starting things off with Heroes of the US getting the momentum, going back to Stitches Be Crazy, and then once again back to Heroes of the US. All right, guys, taking a look at some of those numbers. Raynor only doing 48k damage. He did LTBS Gul'dan this game, JGem, which is definitely a step up. Gul'dan took a significant amount of time to actually complete the corruption, but Blaze on that Tychus, 65,000 damage. He just shredded. And Phoenix doing quite a bit of work as well, 58k. And finally, if we look at the healing numbers, Malfurion, 105k, Stukov, 76k. And finally, some tanking numbers. Watson, kicking things up this time around, tanking even more and dying only once that entire game. Leo getting insane trait value, baby, because he had 7 deaths that game. 7 out of 10 deaths were from Leo. Just to put that in perspective there. Now, very nicely executed this game overall by both teams. Stitches Be Crazy made a ridiculous play and it cost them. No bunker was used, no rotation for the top keep instead of the bottom keep, and well, it cost them in the end. And Heroes of the United States will walk away victorious. Sit on tight, and we'll hopefully be back with an interview.